Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking on chapter 3, the Puppet Master, and we have that Mr. Negative Cavalier gameplay boss to beat up on, and we're going to be seeing what this quest looks like. It looks like we're going to go somewhere to the left here. Seems to be one of the easier parts to take right into Mr. Negative. And if you look at Mr. Negative nodes, you're going to see that he has Deja Vu, which means whenever the attacker lands the same type of basic attack twice, you'll get, what does he do? He increases his attack by 50%. So it's pretty much like Mix Master. You have to land light, medium, light, or mix it up, medium, light, medium attacks. Or what I like to use, heavy, light, and parry, light, and heavy attacks. He has Footloose after activating attacks. So he has a lot of attacks. We're going to look at that at the end when we get to him. I'm just looking at the part that we should take. So we're bringing in a lot of mutant champions for this gameplay because that is what is easier to use to get to the final boss so that you get rid of those evades. The first fight up we're just going to take on against Agent Venom is Colossus. And here we have a rank 5 Awakened, obviously. Rank 5. I don't think I have a whole lot of 6 stones, maybe 56 stones into this Colossus. But this guy is an absolute beast. His heavies are really ridiculous. His SP2 is really nice. He's Incinerate, he's Bleed Immune. So this Venom is not going to have anything on him. Agent Venom is going to get wrecked here. That was a 43,000 hit. Here we go. And we're going to finish this guy off really quickly here. One more hit should do it. And that's it. He's in the bin. So far, this fight and this quest is easier than the Shang-Chi quest before that we posted that video up last night. So if you haven't seen how to beat Shang-Chi with a 4-star champion, click on the link after this video to look at that beatdown. And this is Seeing Red, Biohazard, it's Bloodletting, and again, 20% chance for you to be inflicted with a bleed or poison. So you really want to have bleed and poison immune champions for all of these parts, all of these champions on this quest. So bleed, poison immune champions work well. So who's better to handle bleed and poison than Omega Red? Plus Omega Red is really one of the MVP champions that is able to take down Korg with absolutely no problems, because a lot of his attack does not make contact with him. Plus he has that death spores going, and if he does get hit, it activates that spore that actually does a lot of damage against Korg. So look at this, we're gonna fire up SP2, and there you go. We take down his rock shield, and those spores are just taking that guy down at an unbelievable rate. So here we go again. We just evade that block, that heavy attack, and we stay close to him. So we want those spores doing its work. He's up to 22, falling off, but we want to fire off a heavy to keep the spores on Korg. And the death field is just ridiculously strong. The death field is working in our favor. Plus we have the other mutant champions in the gameplay, which actually has nice synergy with Omega Red. So Omega Red is the MVP for this part, and I'm gonna say it again, Omega Red is the MVP. We're gonna take down a lot of champions with Omega Red today. So again, we're going to go up to the next. So we have as you can see, we have synergies here with Emma Frost. We have it with Colossus. We have Nick Fury, hopefully for that final fight, but we're gonna maybe bring him in here as well. Again, increase the duration of bleed effect, so we really don't want to use him here. It is better to use a bleed immune champion, which would be again Colossus. Omega Red would do some damage over time, and that is who. So any one of the mutants that I have here would be bleed immune and poison immune. Well, Omega Red is not bleed or poison immune, but he does have the ability to, I think it affects him at like 90% less effect on Omega Red. Colossus would be bleed immune, but he will not be poison immune, so he's going to take some damage, poison damage, if it did happen. And Emma Frost is immune to everything once she's in diamond form, but if she loses that diamond form, she's going to be in trouble as well. So Omega is the man to get this job done. Again, this is rank 5. I believe he's about 166 stones into him, or 180. He's about 186 stones, and he is rank 5 awakened. He's very devastating at this point. So now we're going to go into a guy that I think is going to give some trouble. He is Magneto. He's a little bit annoying to fight, and we are going to see again, it's all about biohazard, seeing red, and bloodletting. So again, bleed and poison immune champions work well. Omega Red again for the beatdown. Why not? Let's keep it an Omega Knight. And here we go. The beauty of Omega Red, he's at 70%. If I fired off the SP1 and the more death spores we have on Magneto, fire off the SP1, and once it connects, we heal up. So we back up to 77% anyway. And here we go. The death spores, just stay close, parry, and wait for it. Here we go. We're gonna do a nice SP2. And here we go. We are just wrecking this guy with critical hits. And he is degenerating at a pretty fast clip. He's already down to 10%, and he's melting away with the death spores. So again, easy peasy gameplay. This is going down a lot faster than the Shang-Chi quest, which we did prior to this one. And this one seems to be very, very easy to complete. Now, this guy is the guy that gave everyone trouble 4 or 5 years ago, Nightcrawler, before we got the hang on how to gameplay him. And here we go, same nodes. Maybe we mix it up now and try something differently. Let's go with Colossus. The only thing that might affect us here is the poison. But let's see if we could beat this guy down with some heavies. Parry, heavy, not too bad. We didn't crit a whole lot there, but let's try it again. Again, not a lot of crit going on. Here's that evade. That parry and heavy is doing some damage, 9,000 plus damage. Here you go, getting some crits on the SP2. 51,000 crit. Hit 19,000, 46,000. This guy is in the bin, and this guy has very little 6 stones on him. So he has very little 6 stones. He's 5-star, fully ranked up, but not a whole lot of 6 stones on him, and he does so much damage. So now we have one more fight before the boss fight, and here is Mcoc, and Mcoc is going to be getting a beatdown, and we are going to use, who should we use for this one? Should we go with Colossus again, or Omega Red just to have her melt away? Why not? Let's add the death spores so she constantly has those death spores on her. And here we go. We're gonna fire up that heavy, get those degeneration going on her, and to keep that death spore on her as well. She has that limbo. I really don't want to hit into the limbo because she's gonna regain that health, but we have this death spore active on her, so it's gonna do some serious damage. Even with the limbo active, she's gonna start melting away. At this point, we want to fire up that SP2. I really don't need to heal up yet, so we're just gonna fire up the SP2 and get the most amount of damage on her. Plus, if you fire up the SP1 or SP3, what you're gonna do is take all of that damage over time death spores off her, and that is working against you. So sometimes it's better to sacrifice the health healing and just keep the damage over time going, and then she's done and dusted, and we are still at 70%. So, final boss coming up If you guys haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel a lot. And I hope you guys enjoy the tips and the strategy, the gameplay. And again, it's not perfect gameplay, but it's realistic gameplay that we all see. Again, this is deja vu. Whenever the attacker lands the same type of basic attack twice in a row, the defender gains a prowess buff, increasing special attack damage by 50% for 10 seconds, special attack heal block. He has evasive maneuvers. When the defender is knocked down, they gain an evade charge, and then he has limber for the stun, and then he has footloose. After activating special attacks, the defender becomes unstoppable and has a 25% chance to evade. So again, this is the guy you might want to intercept, and we need to mix it up again because he has that deja vu. So what we're going to do is we're going to test play all of these champions. We have a full roster here, pretty much 100% health. And let's take in Nick Fury first and see which one of these champions is more effective against Mr. Negative. And we're going to parry, light, and then you got the evade. So we're going to parry, light, and heavy. That deja vu kicked in a second ago. But he has his light and his dark. He goes unstoppable when he fires off an SP. He stays unstoppable for about 6 seconds. Again, what we really want to do with Nick Fury is to fire off the SP1 and connect. When we fire off the SP1 and connect, it's going to put a disorientate on Mr. Negative here. There you go, disorientate. Disorient, sorry. And what it's going to do is going to stop him from going to that dark mode and reversing his power controls on you. And I'm going to demonstrate that on our next let's see if we could demonstrate that for you. So the SP1 really helps. He cannot trigger some of his abilities. He cannot reverse your power controls. Again, pretty much easy to dex his SP1, so if you want to bait out his SP1s, that would be great. He goes unstoppable. I took my eye off the timer, and he fired off his SP, but he went unstoppable. But we're gonna come back and let's just test out these champions, who does them damage. So 69%, that's with Nick Fury, so we know we could take this guy off with Nick Fury. So Colossus, we want to intercept, fire up that SP1. We got him down to 64%. Light and heavy, he's down to 56%. So pretty much all of these champions. This guy is, I think, in my opinion, easier boss fight to fight than Shang-Chi. Although we beat Shang-Chi without even touching him once with a 4-star champion. That was just a lot of fun to look at. But Mr. Negative seems to be going down with a lot of champions here that is from the mutant class. All of them had some effect and took him down about 10-15%. So let's see if Guillotine could power drain him. And again, she got wrecked with the unstoppable. So Guillotine is the only champion. If I come back for this fight and to do some other parts, I would probably remove her from the lineup. But here we go. So with Emma, we just fire up those heavy. He gets very little power from her heavies, but she gets a whole lot of power gain from her heavies. So heavy is the way to go. She's got him down to 44%. We look at the unstoppable. We evade the SP1. He's still unstoppable. I ran into that one by mistake. He has that dark light going on. Run that heavy into him again. 39, he's unstoppable for a couple seconds. I kind of ran into his unstoppable there by mistake. Here we go. Now she does not have the diamond form. She's back in diamond form, which should help. He's down to 34%. And here we go, reverse controls. But she's in diamond form. If you have who is it? I believe it is There's someone that you could add to Emma. Is that tech champion with the big helmet? What is he? Mysterio? I believe it's Mysterio. If you added him to the team, then she cannot be reversed. She is not affected by inversion. So here we go again. 27%. We landed at heavy. Landed, all missed on the last hit. And we had some dead spores on him. He clipped us with SP1. We got him, and again that was reverse control, so I was trying to evade, but I actually ran into him. I don't know if that was a good thing or not. Didn't really pay a huge price for it, but the degeneration seems to be working. But he has a life steal and he's healing up as well, so maybe Omega is not the very best champion for this gameplay here. It seems to be a lot easier to take him down with Nick Fury, and we do have the class advantage. So if we could take him down with Nick Fury, we're going to take him down with other champions that is able to put that disorientate on him, which would be Night Thrasher has a disorient on his SP1, which would be very good for this gameplay again. And then Night Thrasher has synergies. I believe it is with Star-Lord, where on parry, it disorientates the opponent as well. But you need to check that synergy out. I'm not too sure about it. We need to look into that. But if you do see that, please leave some comments below, notes on who does that disorient. And here we go. We have Nick Fury firing off that disorient again, and that is going to prevent him from reversing our controls. Plus Nick Fury has that ability to evade, stop that evade, which is very helpful. So I'm going to give this one to Nick Fury as the most and best champion to take this guy down. If you don't have him, you could go with Night Thrasher. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. These are the rewards. And again, guys, don't forget to work less, play more, enjoy life, and I'll catch you guys on the next gameplay. And this is just a look at the rewards. Pretty decent rewards, 100% complete. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3. We just have to do full exploration now, and I guess we can do all of that on our own time. And there you have it, Cavalier gameplay all done. Bye.